We're gonna talk about something you probably don't wanna hear, but you know the truth about it. It comes up every so often because it happens to all of us. And I'm sitting here telling you that I've done it. But being that I'm not what we're talking about, especially right now, I get to lecture you about what the best approach is. And what am I talking about? Should you be training while you're sick or even feeling under the weather? I'm gonna give you the quite simple, basic answer, and I'm obviously going to expand and give you reason. So let's start. The simple answer is no, you should not, right? You know you shouldn't be, right? But there's the mental aspect of it, there's your goals, there's a drive, there's the love of it that you gotta fight against. But when we look at things objectively of what's gonna benefit you in the long term, even in the short term, you're gonna see my reasoning. First and foremost, I'm just gonna get this out of the way before I forget. When we think about other people's hygiene, right? The gym is not the most clean place, but let's not make it dirtier, right? There's some people who might be somewhat immunocompromised, right? Should we think about that? Should we be in the gym? I'm not here to argue this. This isn't 2020. Again, I'm simply just saying you can save a lot of people a lot of but stress and time off if you just were to take an extra day to ensure that you're not sick. Again, are you still gonna be, can you still infect people after you feel better? Absolutely. But again, I would be remiss if I didn't just tell you, for the sake of other people, stay home, okay? Now, let's talk about the actual physical and neurological, immunological effects of it. Understand that when you weight train, you do cardio, whether it's light or heavy, right? Or intense, hit the sauna, play sports. This causes stress on the body. Stress elevates, cortisol elevates, immune system is suppressed, okay? That's one of the biggest things, okay? So as you start to do more activity, you're simply weakening the immune system. You're taking electrolytes, hydration, and nutrients away from where they need to go, and you're making your job tougher. And I'm gonna say this because it's going into my mind, and I'm gonna continue to forget. You cannot sweat out sickness. You can't sweat out a virus. You can't sweat out bacteria, okay? You can clear out a lot of things and toxins through your sweat, but a bacterial infection is gonna be in tissue, it's gonna be in organs, it's gonna be in the bloodstream, right? It's not something that is just simply in your sweat ducts, sweat glands, and just gonna be sweat out. Sweating will help to excrete a lot of this, but it is not going to be a fix. Viruses, especially because they attack the cells themselves. You're not sweating this out. You're not gonna exercise yourself into a better position. Now, going back to it, I always say this: if anything affects your ability to train 100% or recover 100%, it needs to be in question. So if you are sick, right? If you're definitely sick or very sick, you're not even gonna think to train, right? But when you're on that cusp of like, I might be sick starting tomorrow, or I'm coming off the back end, I'm not 100%, right? All you're doing at this point once you train is increasing that window that you need to rest and recover and recuperate from being sick. So if you were gonna be better tomorrow if you just rested 100%, you're increasing that by 2 to 3 days, and you're still affecting your body's ability to perform optimally and recover. And so what you're doing these half-ass workouts that really aren't stimulating any muscle, really aren't doing much, right? And digging you into a deeper fatigue and immune system hole, and you're just exacerbating the problem, right? For your mental satisfaction, right? And that's where it comes down to. If you watch my video, the difference between training and working out, you're not training, you're working out. You're just working out because you think you need to, and you think you're withering away. So again, from the nutrient / physiological, biological level, you're taking a lot of things away, okay? Now, what should you do when you're sick? Absolutely rest. Sleep as much as you can, right? You should be taking time off of work, reducing your stress. The quicker you can shut everything down, shut it off, and disconnect, the quicker you will recuperate. Again, obviously not everybody has that luxury, right? There are some people that need to do things, but why do you think you have sick days? I don't know many people who take a sick day actually because they're sick, right? And completely disconnect. You need to be able to do that. You're not going to get better working. You're going to damage your work performance. You're going to be sick longer, right? And at the end of the day, the whole goal is to get better as fast as you can, so that way you can get back to 100% to be able to perform at that level to create the progress that you're looking for. So this is not the answer most people want to hear. It's not the answer that most people are going to listen to either and execute. But it is my job and my responsibility to ensure you have the information to make the right decision. If you're feeling sick, if you're questioning it, nothing wrong with taking another day. In fact, it just allows you to rest and recuperate and re-energize to hit that next workout even harder. If you like this information, make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to know what it'd be like for us to work on one-on-one, simply fill out the application in my bio and I'll reach out to you directly.